as I've said before, I toured with Paul McCartney in 1993. I was his behind-the-scenes videographer, shooting stuff like documentary material to be used in various places. And, after that thing was over, or, done and dusted, as they say in England, I think, I went on my merry way back to New York. And as I was a filmmaker in my own right, aside from the rock and roll stuff, or a filmmaker in my own mind, I suppose, I had made a short film called Our Bodies Are Shells, which later I realized that I had subconsciously stolen the idea from Yoko Ono, because as you probably know, she made a film called Fly, her and John, which is a fly walking around on a woman's nude body. And my film, Our Bodies Are Shells, were baby turtles walking around on a nude woman's body. But at the time, I didn't really make a connection there. But now I realize. I'm sorry, Yoko. But anyway, my film was accepted into the... I was with Paul in 1993, and my film was accepted into the 1996 London International Film Festival. So I thought that was fucking great, So I flew to London on my own dime. There was nothing. My own hotel. They didn't do nothing for me. But they gave me 5 passes to my own show. And so I get there and I find out Paul McCartney has made a film, a short film, called Grateful Dead, which was basically, as you know, Linda was a rock and roll photographer before she met Paul, and she shot a lot of pictures of the Grateful Dead, amongst other people like Hendrix and the Stones and stuff. And Paul was looking at it, I guess, and he says, hey, I can make a film out of this. So it was sort of an early morphing attempt to sort of like blend images together or something back then. I think he just, he had the idea and he just found some people and he said, hey, do something with these pictures that Linda took. And he was the director by virtue of that, which, I've worked with a lot of directors who operate under the same methods. But anyway, I find out that Paul's film is in the same film festival that I'm in. So I'm like, wow. And I'm in London there, and I have a connection to the festival because, I'm in it. And I said, hey, can I go see Paul? We weren't in the same show. I said, hey, can I have a pass to see Paul's film? She says, that's the hottest ticket in town. I can't. And she said, listen, I'll give you 5 passes to your own film. And, you're on your own devices as far as getting into Paul's film. Somehow I got into it. Paul's film. Can't remember how. And the thing is, I'm there. I remember I'm standing in the sort of lobby outside the theater before the film was going to start there. And there, it's just me, and there's Paul's family. There's Paul, Linda, Mary, Stella, and James, who 3 years ago I had toured with, and, they would see me almost every day for months. And so I'm standing there, I'm about 10 feet away, and they're talking about whatever. Suddenly James looks over and he sees me, and there's like this look in his eye like, do I know this motherfucker? Like he didn't really remember, but there was something triggering inside of him. And I wouldn't say there was a look of fear in his face, but there was a certain measure of apprehension as he stared at me. He couldn't place me. And so I was like, I kind of figured that out, I looked like a stalker. So I took a couple of steps towards him, and no one else was paying attention. I said, James, I'm Michael, I toured with you a couple of years ago on the thing, We talked this and that, and he goes, oh, yeah, how you doing there? I said, I'm fine. He said, well, what are you doing here? I said, I have I'm showing a film of my own, a short film, just like your dad is, and it's playing tomorrow night. Do you want to come see it? And I had 5 passes. There's 5 of them. And he said, yeah, sure. So, I gave him all 5 of my tickets for Paul, Linda, James, Mary and Stella. And of course, none of them showed up, but it's hard to blame them. I don't think I would have gone either.